Now, is it that we stopped at this question last week? Yeah, we didn't do this one, right? You all wanted to I think we already exceeded time or something like that. Okay, so this is last week's last question. Remember this part? Okay, picture shows organism T. Yeah, and then you have its young as well, resting on floating sea ice. Now, the students who are new today, there are quite a number of you, okay, including Sean, right? Niha as well, Harris. Okay, take note, you do not have this question, but you can screenshot. Unless you sign up today, like let's say after today's lesson, you decided, okay, I'm going to sign up. You can see all our past tutorial also. Okay, from January until today. Clear? You can watch the recording, you can have the questions, you can see how I explain each question. Okay, now let's take a look here again, unless you think that you still want to consider, it's fine. Okay, but otherwise, if you sign up, you can have all the access. Okay, take a screenshot though, no matter what. So you have organism here, okay, they live in the cold Arctic region. It has a thick coat of fur that is water resistant. It gives birth and takes care of its young. The floating ice helps keep the young safer from predators. Okay, so they can actually rest on the ice, right? And then predators are, unless the predators can swim and jump onto the ice, then it will attack them. Otherwise, they are quite safe there. Organism T can swim. It also hunts for food from the ice edge or under the ice. So based on the info, will organism T be able to breathe underwater? Okay, this one we don't have your answer here. Yeah, Neha, you have not learned this yet. We are quite fast, in fact. We are quite fast here. Why are we faster? Because we aim to do revision. Okay, we want to help you guys revise P3 all the way to P6 work. Okay, and we practice sufficient exam papers such that you can be ready for PSLE. Can or not? Okay. Oops, somebody actually put this in. Organism T, okay, cannot breathe because there's a thick, okay, this is exactly what is given as the suggested answer. Am I right? Remove this, please. Joshua, was it you? You put in, is it, Joshua? That's the suggested answer, right? Look at my answer, okay? I will give you the answer that is shorter, that is sweeter, and it will give you full marks as well. The suggested answer is much longer. I reduce it, okay? So you can take note of this particular answer I have written down. It asks you whether it can breathe underwater. Okay, I say, oh, because organism T gives birth to and takes care of its young, it is a mammal. Mammals have lungs, so they don't breathe underwater. So I answered the question. Okay, earlier, of course, it's a lot longer, but you need not write so long. Okay, so this is another thing I can help you in. You don't like to read long answers. You don't like to see such long answers because you can't write this long also. So how to make it as short as possible, but still get the marks? This is what I'm very good in. All right. So next one. Okay, don't need to read the question again. Actually, the main question for this part is here. Explain how man's activities which release more carbon dioxide would affect population of organism T. How is it going to affect? Okay, man's activities already release the carbon dioxide. So it is the carbon dioxide that we are talking about now. How will the carbon dioxide affect the population of T? This is how you answer, okay? The suggested answer is longer. I always like to shorten things such that it's easier for students to understand as well as to study for. Okay, so already it said more carbon dioxide, right? So what we must know is carbon dioxide traps a lot of heat. Okay, so it's going to cause the Earth's temperature to rise. correct? And when the temperature rises, it's not just us, okay, that are suffering. The Arctic region also, the ice will melt. When ice melts, there will be less floating sea ice. Correct or not? So the young of organism T will not be safe anymore, right? I added in something extra. If you noted, in the suggested answer, it wasn't stated that the young may drown. Remember, they breathe by lungs, right? Yes or no? And the young is not a strong swimmer. Okay, so when there's no ice for it to rest on, it's going to fall into the water. Falling into the water, if they are not eaten by prey, they are going to drown. So you have to take note. Ken, any question here? Do you understand my answer? Yeah. Okay, so this is going to be useful for you. So therefore, there'll be less organism T. Why is it that this is so long? Take note here. You are supposed to explain. When you are supposed to explain, you got to talk about the effect of carbon dioxide, what is going to lead to. That is called explanation. Unless they say, state what will happen to population of organism T. If you're just stating, you can just say organism T will reduce in numbers. That is stating. Now, how many of you are not very sure of what to answer when you see words like describe, state, explain? Are you all familiar with this or not so familiar? If you're very familiar, thumbs up. If you're not so familiar, it's like this. Okay, not familiar at all, thumbs down. Okay, so it's thumbs up, thumbs down, or point in the middle like this, sideways. Sideways means not so sure, not 100% sure. Okay, we will spend some time, after we go through all these things already, right? We'll spend some time to really prepare for PSLE as well as your prelim. So I'll be giving you tips on how to answer certain things. Okay, even things like, there are some of the questions there, ask you to state what is the criteria, okay, what is the rationale, what's the aim of the experiment, what are the things you keep constant. So all these things, okay, or given the data, what is the relationship between this and this? We're going to practice a lot of those things because sure come out for exam. Okay, I'm going to highlight a lot of things that will sure be tested to help you prepare for your PSLE. Okay. Thank you. Claim, evidence, reasoning, very important. That's right. Okay, so this is actually worksheet 13, yeah? Then we also have worksheet 14 for today. So I will be looking at your responses and then I will be looking at the question also. Okay, you know what will tell me whether you put in effort in your work? I also look at the amount of time you spent doing the worksheet. Okay, because I can see the starting time and the ending time. How much time you put in tells me how much effort also. So look at question 1, right? Question 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people got this wrong. Yeah, Niha, I understand why you couldn't get this. I totally understand for your case because your school has not covered this and you did not attend our lessons. We actually did this last week already. Okay, so Niha, don't have to worry. Okay, now, which of the following action or activities may cause undesirable effects to our environment? Okay, Joshua already highlighted that, it should be D. Okay. Undesirable effects. How many of you actually know that this is not good, right? So this is undesirable. Okay. Then you also know that this is undesirable. Okay. Burning unwanted plastic. This is undesirable, right? Because when you are burning plastic, you are giving off certain poisonous gases. But you are thinking that this should be okay. How many of you thought that this is okay? Put out your hand. How many of you thought that this is okay? I also thought that this was okay, first glance. But as I read further into this, okay, dumping biodegradable refuse. The word biodegradable sounds so good, right? Because it can be broken down by bacteria, by worms. It sounds very good. Then you are throwing fruit skin and bones. It's okay, what? They are fertilizers, isn't it? That was my first thought. Then the word that I saw that is so not right. Okay, I will have to stop you all from doing this annotation. Is it okay? Don't do the annotation. Hannah, thank you. Now, the word that actually bothered me is neighborhood. And you know why? Can you imagine you are doing this? You are throwing like apple skin, banana skin, watermelon skin, orange peel, and then chicken bones, fish bone, all right, downstairs. If you live in HDB, then you go downstairs and you throw all this onto the soil, right? In the neighborhood, you put at the soil, not so bad, right? Because it is fertilizer. You do it, your neighbor do it, upstairs neighbor do it, downstairs neighbor do it, first level neighbor do it, second floor, third floor, fourth floor, fifth, maybe you stay on the sixth, okay? And then all the way up to the 13th floor, every single household are going to dump all these downstairs under the tree. How would you feel? It's not just one piece, two piece, it's a lot. What is going to happen? Okay. What is going to happen is before these things decompose, there will be a lot of flies. Agree? Okay. There will be also cats coming. Even the stray dogs will be coming. And even the rats will be coming to join in the party and enjoy their food. You agree or not? This is what's going to happen. So we don't do it. Now you understand why it's wrong. Before it decomposes, because you are just going to dump it at the neighborhood, anywhere. That means anywhere. If you're just going to throw them like this, they are going to rot. So you have flies. Okay. The moment you throw it, it attracts the cockroaches, the rats, stray cats, stray dogs to come and eat the bones. Do you agree now? So do you understand this already? Yes or no? If you do, hands up or give me a thumbs up. This is very important because you are creating a lot of other problems here. Okay? Therefore, answer is D. All these are undesirable. We have telecommunication system that help us to interact with people at a distance, right? Which of the following are actually products of telecommunication technology? Telecommunication, it is about, the getting information online. It is going to be about, surfing net. It's going to be about World Wide Web, email, okay? And then you have the advertisement, they are online, television, radio. What do you have? A, C, and D. That's right. Okay, genetically modified. When you talk about genetically modified, we are referring to mostly fruits, okay, plants, okay, sometimes some animals also, lesser, but still have genetically modified, mostly just the fruits. Okay, so these are edible stuff, or they are living things also, but not A, C, and D, telecommunication technology. Who is still doing the annotation, may I ask? No more annotation, please. Unless I ask you to do it, okay? Next. Question 3. Line graph shows how the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere over the years changes. So we see that it is an upward trend. There's an increase in carbon dioxide. Which of the following activities contributes most to the change? A, B, C, D. Okay, how is it that there is more carbon dioxide in the air? Is it the dumping of untreated waste? Actually not. This is actually water pollution.